welcome to North Shore Live Cooper's Corner. We're live this evening, and it is a pretty cold, icy, snowy evening. We are live. This is February the 20th, 2019. And I'm just looking over a wonderful book because our guest this evening is Johnny Blaylock, and he is a combat veteran, and he is unfortunately suffered the tragedy of being injured while being overseas. And I think I should, before I introduce you, let me just say he's a Vietnam veteran, Marines E4, and he had a Purple Heart, National Defense Service, Vietnamese Service, and STAR, Vietnamese Campaign, with Devices, Navy Achievement, with Rifle Expert, and a Combat Action Ribbon. And this book shows him, I don't know if you can see it, but we're going to show it. There you go. There. Terrific, just terrific. And I'm so pleased to have him here on the program. Please welcome Johnny Blaylock, combat veteran extraordinaire. How does that sound, Johnny? That
sounds great.
That sounds good. Welcome to the program. Welcome, welcome. And we've got this screen up here. Maybe you could explain to our viewers what this is. And it says bowl. So.
Well, this is a poster for the American Wheelchair Bowling Association. And some of the guys here are the guys that's normally participate in a lot of our bowling. We do bowling throughout the United States. The American Wheelchair Bowling Association is mostly, we have more than about 60% of the veterans, the bowlers are veterans.
Oh,
and
yeah.
We have some veterans, well, not all veterans, but some of our wheelchair bowlers have done the perfect game of 300.
Really?
From the wheelchair. And we've had so many more that's very close to it.
That's
but,
incredible.
Just to bowl from a wheelchair, that's it's a lot of fun.
That is incredible.
And as you can see, most of these guys, oh, that's a picture of me also there.
That's a handsome looking guy there.
And all the other guys, they are just bowlers, veterans. This is one of our greatest bowler, Al Uchek. He is a superstar when it comes to bowling. He's just like some of the superstars of the professional world of bowling. If you call out his name, everybody knows him, right? So,
now, was this just taken up as a hobby, or this is what they enjoyed the most to do?
Well, this is right now is the most what they like to do.
Okay.
We have what we do is that we involve in a lot of different sports. We have what we call the Veterans Wheelchair Games. We have the Golden Age Games. We have the winter sports, which we go skiing, go up on the mountaintop, which we call Miracle on the Mountaintop.
Wow.
And it's not the miracle on the mountaintop, it's the miracle getting down from the mountaintop to me.
Well, listen, there's ice and snow outside, and it's terrible being anywhere near that. I know personally, I've already fallen once out the front door. So, and that I didn't even know I was going down because there's ice under the snow, and then I knew I landed right, face down in the snow. But the wheelchairs, now, are they equipped with anything in particular so that they can do this bowling?
Well, you can use, this is a chair that I use, one of the
Okay.
chairs I use. This is what we call a sports type chair.
Okay.
And with this sports chair, I can kind of raise it, I can canvas my wheels in certain ways. But we do have some guys that bowling from the electric chair. Anyway, you can use whatever chair you can use, whatever you feel comfortable in bowling with. That's what it is. But you have to bowl from a wheelchair, whether it's
It
a
has to
motorized
be.
chair or a manual chair.
I'm going to just move this over a tad. Okay, that's good. Now, this book is from Lake County, as you
Right.
mentioned, and this is the honor flight. Now, the gentleman that we see in here, besides the handsome guy right here, are they all Lake County? Do you know? Are
No,
they
these from California, Florida, Texas. They just were from around the United States.
from all over the United States. This is now, and this book that you've got, this is it. You have a baseball cap. It says "Purple Heart Combat Veteran, Honor and Bravery." Isn't that terrific? We have to show that to our viewers. Let's see. I know this one. Maybe I can get it. No, can't get that. Okay, okay. Well, and tell me a little bit more about when this got started, how long this has been, interacting with veterans, and specifically veterans with wheelchairs, because you could have veterans that would like to participate, but in this particular group, they're all wheelchair bound. So
Right. Well, in order to be a member of the American Wheelchair Bowling Association and bowl with us, you have to be in a wheelchair. It's not a permanent thing that but as long as that somewhere in your medical record saying that you have to use a wheelchair. And this is what the AWBA, the American Wheelchair Bowling Association, it's been around since 1962. They started it off with 13 guys. From 13 guys, they went into a bowling establishment and they told them they wanted to bowl. And you can imagine bowling back in 1962.
Yeah.
And then you got 13 guys going in saying they want to bowl. And that was the beginning of the American Wheelchair Bowling Association. And from that point, we've been like going throughout the United States. We bowled. Matter of fact, I'd like to send some kudos out to my
Sure.
team. They are having a tournament right now in Florida.
Okay.
So we've traveled from Florida, like I say, throughout the United States, Texas. Texas this year is when we normally have we have our national, and our national wheelchair tournament will be in Dallas, Fort Worth.
And when will that take
That would
place?
be June the 4th through the 10th, I believe.
So you have to pre-register, of course.
Yes, we have to register.
Okay. And are there trophies given out or awards?
It's trophies, awards, and also cash money.
Really?
Yeah, we are, I guess you can say, we are professional bowlers because we do this year round.
Okay.
We go from one state to another state, and that's what we do. We have young men, we have young ladies, and we just have a good time.
That's terrific. And so when you are there in whatever state you might be, Texas or whatever, it's for the couple of days. Do you bowl all day, or do you go on tours, or how do they set your itinerary up?
The way we work the tournament is that we have two sets, one set in the morning and one set in the afternoon.
Okay.
We bowl 3 games in the morning and 3 games in the afternoon.
Okay.
And from that point, once we complete bowling at the end of the day, everybody's on their own to do touring, whatever they want to do at that point. But starting again at 10 o'clock the next morning, we are back at the bowling alley and we're ready to bowl again.
And until what calls the end of the play then? What when you reach the 300 mark, or what do you do?
No, we bowl 3 games, 6 games a day. And from that point, what we do is that we bowl 3 days. We'll maybe start Thursday, Fridays, Saturday, and end up on Sunday.
Okay. And do you do this individually, or do you have to join a team, or
Well, the way we have it set up is that we start off, we have the doubles, we have the singles, and then we have what we call on Friday night our fun night.
Yeah.
And our fundraiser, biggest fundraiser for the AWBA, we have what we call the up and down. Now, with the up and down is that we might have one wheelchair bowler with 4 stand-up bowlers, whether it's male or female.
Okay.
And it's just have fun. It's a 9-pin no tap. So if you knock 9 pins down, you automatically got a strike.
Oh, really?
So we've had some of the professionals that bowl with us from the USBC, and they come out and they have a ball with us. And they roll 300s just like they do when they're doing it on TV.
Oh my goodness sakes. That's incredible. You don't have like Army against Navy like the football games do you?
No,
Just-
but we do have a lot of guys that's from the different branches of service,
Yeah.
and we do compete. Matter of fact, when we hit the single mark, we take no prisoners. In other words, everybody's
that.
on their own. We're out to beat you. Everybody's out to beat the next person.
Okay.
And everybody wants to be the number 1 person.
Of course, of course.
And what we do is that we have like we rewards all the way up to the 10. 10 we trickle it down to the first 5.
Okay.
And after the first 5, they go into the roll-off.
Now, you said that they get awards, trophies, and cash.
Yes.
Who promotes this? What is that? Is this from the Bowling Association? They do that?
We have sponsors, and then with the number of bowlers that that register for each event,
Yeah.
you know, it kind of goes into, so much goes back to the AWBA, so much goes into the prize fund, so much goes into paying for the bowling alley as well.
Okay. Now, you travel at your own expense, or are they?
We travel at our own expense.
Wow.
Everybody, from whatever state we go to,
Yeah.
you're on your own. And you hoping and pray that you are the number 1 person so that you will
You'll win
be
that.
rewarded.
Sure. What's the highest amount for the monies to win?
We can go up to about 1,200, or maybe.
That's, wow.
It just depends on the tournament.
Wow. That's now. Do they pick the best of each state, or the best of
Just the best bowler.
the best bowler?
The best bowler out of the top 5, that's what they go into.
Yeah.
Because with the top 5, what we do is that, say that I'm the number 5.
Okay.
I would bowl number 4. And if
Okay.
I beat number 4, then I move on
Then
down
number
and I
3.
move on up until I
Okay.
bowl number 1.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, whoever ends up as number 1, that means that you had the most pins,
Okay.
you had a better game than everybody else, you are
Okay.
declared the champion.
Okay. You know, this is very exciting. I was watching Rocky IV on TV last night. Every time I watch those, you know, Stallone pictures, Sylvester Stallone, I just, it's incredible the beating he takes. And he, at this point, was boxing with the Russian fellow who looked like he was 12'7". He was enormous. And even Sylvester Stallone standing next to him, and he's a big guy. He looked like he was standing in a hole because it was so big. But the excitement of the game. Now, you have an audience when you bowl. I mean, are there onlookers that can watch the game?
We normally have family members and friends that follow us, and then there's always members from the bowling alley. Folks they'll stop
They wanna
bowling and just to watch us.
Sure,
Because
absolutely.
to see a person in a wheelchair to bowling, it's just, you know, a lot of folks look at us like, okay, you can't bowl. Why should I bowl with you? Because they're looking at the wrong thing. They're looking at this,
Yeah.
but they're not looking at our ability. They're looking
Yeah.
at our disability. But when we get up there and we roll and we beat them, they don't. That's a different story. They don't like that.
That takes a lot of courage to be able to pick up that bowling ball. Now, the weight of the bowling ball, is that standard?
It's standard. It's from 16 to whatever size the bowler want to use.
Wow.
We also have like our regular manual wheelchair bowlers, motorized. We have the cam where that it's you roll the ball, it's a snap,
Yeah.
and once you let it go, the snap snaps back in and it rolls down. And we also have like the CAD cam ramp It's a ramp special built just for bowling. And right now, that's what the the American Wheelchair Bowling Association is using mostly.
And you have to try out to be on this team or not?
No,
You just go and do it.
you can just go. I'm also on the board of directors as well as the membership chairperson.
Oh, that's
So
good.
if any bowlers out there in a wheelchair looking to bowl and want some more information, you can go online to look at our website on awba.org and just kind of scroll down and look at the videos. And we
Okay.
do have applications on there as well.
Okay.
So if anyone interested, in just go on awba.org and just sign up. And then I will get your information and then get back with you, and then we'll make you a wheelchair bowler.
Okay, that's it. And it doesn't make a difference what theater of war they were in? They
No, because some of us are not veterans.
can, okay,
Like I say, we have the majority of the guys
Are
and young ladies are
Yeah.
veterans.
yeah,
But
Oh.
you don't have to be a veteran in order to join the AWBA.
to join it, okay.
And when I say the AWBA, I mean the American Wheelchair
Make-
Bowling Association.
That certainly builds up a lot of strength in your arm, in your hand, in your wrist. I mean,
Yes.
to work with a 16-pound, is that the smallest that you could work?
That's the largest.
Oh,
16-pound is a regulation ball. But the smallest, I mean, that depends on the bowler,
yeah.
what type they use, what size they want to use. So, but it just goes from a 16 down to
Oh.
maybe the lowest is like a 6-pound ball.
Because that's really, and do you have to like lean over and?
Well, this is the way I do it.
Okay.
I lean, I sit, I lock in.
Okay.
When I go, then I just, as you can see myself here.
I see that. I see.
And
This
most of the
is-
guys here, as you can see, everybody have their own different form. But what I do, I just kind of lean, just roll mines out.
And that blue ball, that's yours.
That's
personally?
mine.
Okay.
See, everybody have their own balls. That's a his ball. Everybody.
All right. So nobody's using the ball from the.
One of the things about bowling with the AWBA or just being a bowler, if you have your own equipment, you're much better and be able to bowl better.
Well, because you feel comfortable with
right,
what you've got.
and your own ball is drilled perfectly for your
your
hands.
fingers, yeah.
And so that you're not worried about the house balls being too big, too small. You be able to grip it like you're supposed to and just roll it on out.
And so, how long have you been doing this, Johnny?
Oh, I've been bowling for years.
Really? What is the highest that you've gotten? Have you gotten any trophies, tournament trophies?
I've been second place a few times. I've been third, fourth, fifth, and all the way up to last.
Well,
But it's
that's
all
okay.
in fun. It's all in fun.
The idea is to play the sport. This really is considered a sport.
Yes,
Now,
it is.
Do you get this patch as American Wheelchair Bowling Association? There's a patch here.
Yes, what we normally do is that any of our new members, we have certain little things we give them, and the patch is one of them. We give them like polo shirts for new members. We give polo shirts. If you become a life member, and to become a life member is just $200 a year. I mean, $200 one time, and you don't have to pay no more dues for annual dues. And our annual dues per year is $25.
Now-
And what we do is that we try to give them a little incentive so that the person, when they come in, they feel like they're being a part of something.
Part of-
So what we do is that for a life member, we give them a bowling ball, a polo shirt, a patch, and a number of other little things that we might have to issue out to them.
That's really nice. That's really, really nice. Now, on the front of this, I see it says Storm. Is that what your bowling?
Storm is one of our sponsors.
Okay.
Storm is one of the bigger, well, not say just the bigger, but they are one of the bowling companies that make the bowling balls.
Okay.
But they have a lot of companies with different bowling balls, but Storm is one of our sponsors that provide us with a lot of things. And
Now everybody's wearing a different color shirt. It doesn't look like you guys are
Well-
in a team or something. You've got blue and red and black and white. And
that's because each tournament you get different shirts. And then different guys, like Roy here, he has a lot of guys buy a lot of bowling shirts, just like the professionals or the bowling. When
Yeah.
you go out on a team,
Okay.
your team might have a certain color that you all wear.
Yeah.
So this is the way we do. We are uniformly when we are there. Sometimes the guys change from their regular shirt and put on their own shirt they want to
Okay.
wear. But this is like different tournaments different tournament shirts. As you can see, the logos and then the name, and that's
Yeah, I see it.
so those are different tournament shirts. Most of the tournament shirts look like this. They're different. They just a polo shirt that's advertised in that state's tournament.
Okay. So, and it's just on the front, anything on the back, anything written on the back or not?
Sometimes we have our name on the back.
Oh,
Most of us have our own different type of shirts, but when we do go to a tournament, we always start off. One day we all wear
the same
the
shirt.
same shirt.
Okay, okay. The money aspect, that's first place?
Well, first, all the way up to fifth place. We pay out up to fifth place.
Okay. But everybody contributes to that or not?
Yes, your registration fees is part of that, as well as some of our.
So that can differentiate amount-wise depending on how many people you have to come?
It depends on the tournament. It depends on the tournament director how much they want to have as door prize. I mean, not door prize, but as for
The first prize,
first place up to fifth place.
Oh.
Because they pay out up to 5 places.
Oh.
So, I mean, they pay up to 10. Sometimes they get a little. 10th, it just trickle down like,
Yeah.
a certain dollar amount, then they go all the way down. But first, all the way up to 5, to fifth place, they're the one that gets the money.
But everybody gets it. Is it a trophy or is it just a badge or what does it say?
No,
on there?
we have trophies.
Everybody gets a trophy.
Not everybody.
Well, I mean, everybody that's in competition.
Right, the top 5.
Top 5.
Top 5 get a trophy.
They get the trophy.
Right.
And is it a figurine or just a statue? Or
Well, we have some beautiful trophies.
Really?
Just like you see the professionals.
Yeah,
we
for
have
sure.
trophies similar to theirs.
Wow, wow, that's incredible. And you said you have ladies on the team too,
Yes.
but they're in your team. It's not the guys play against the ladies
Everybody is shooting for the
to
number
win.
1 spot.
Oh, this is really dog eat dog. This is
Right.
really.
But that's the fun part of it. I mean, if you're going to get into the game,
You want to win.
everybody want to win.
Sure,
But
I could see
at the
that.
end of the day, we have fifth place all the way down to first place, and the first place person, they the one with the biggest smile and the biggest trophies that leave
biggest
there,
trophies, I
and
can
also
imagine.
their little extra donation that we.
That's nice.
So,
That's very, very nice.
yeah, bowling is something that. That's my passion now. I played sports. I've done just about every sport you can do in a wheelchair, but now I'm just kind of retired, and I just love to bowl now.
This, they should have you as a spokesperson. Because,
Oh, we got good guys, better guys than me.
incredible. Because I mean, you make this so exciting to want to participate. That's the whole idea. And this is an indoor sport, actually.
Yeah, this is a sport you can do year round.
Yeah,
Whether it's
ice
10
or
below
snow,
outside,
God,
whatever.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
can go in and bowl.
Yeah, that's terrific. That's terrific. Actually, this is really a good sport for someone who just feels, they just don't, they don't want to be bothered with 95-degree temperature outside, and they don't want to be bothered with, ice and snow and cold. This is regulated by wherever you are. Now, are these in the bowling alleys themselves or in hotels?
Bowling alleys.
In bowling alleys.
Are
You have a famous one that you could mention?
well, I like them all.
Oh,
I mean, it's just the traveling when you
Yeah.
go. We start off like right now this year. Like I say, we are having a tournament in Florida starting in the morning.
Wow.
And we end the year in Las Vegas.
Wow.
So-
Well, that's a bad place. If you're going to win the money, you're going to give it back straight away.
Well, most guys don't do that though.
They are going to keep.
But
okay.
normally what we do is that when we finish the year in Las Vegas, the hotel, the casino that we stays in has a big bowling alley.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Most of we moved from, we've been to, since I've been going back,
Yeah.
we've been to about, this is our second casino that we're going to that has a bowling alley. We
Oh.
bowl out of.
Very, very nice. Very, very nice. I would imagine you would draw a lot of onlookers from the casino to come take a look at the bowling tournament.
Not really.
You don't think so? I would
We
think so.
have some onlookers because they some of the first timers, but most of the folks there, if they didn't come with you or you didn't tell them
Can't bring
about
them
it,
with.
you have friends or someone there
Yeah.
that would come out and look. Most of the folks at the casino, they
they're-
want to be out there.
Oh, with the one-armed bandit.
Yeah.
They don't put up a banner and say, you know, these guys are from out of state or the bowling championship.
They do advertise for us. They put us, they advertises on their billboard on the outside as
Billboard,
well
yeah,
side as
yeah.
well as inside of the bowling alley,
Um,
the casino. Because normally when we have a tournament, whatever hotel we go into,
Yeah.
folks gonna ask you, say, "What are you here for?" We see so
Yeah.
many wheelchair. Well, we having a bowling national bowling tournament here. So-
does everybody deluge on that one hotel or casino?
no,
Or
some-
they stay elsewhere and then drive or come back?
Some of them do. Like if we when we have our tournament here, we'll probably I wouldn't stay at the hotel. I would just drive back and forward. And
Okay.
some of that's whatever state we go to. Most of them don't come
Well,
stay in the
in
hotel.
their home state, yeah, I would imagine.
Right.
But, you know, they don't have it, I mean, because we're like closer to Chicago, they wouldn't have anything in Springfield. I mean, you'd have to, you couldn't go back and forth.
No.
You'd
If-
have to
in that
stay.
case, see, we would stay at the same hotel,
have to
or
stay there.
everybody. You know, we don't say we just give you a list of hotels that you can pick from.
Okay.
And we always try to get some reasonable deals there.
Okay,
So we just give you the list and you make your choice. But normally when we are having like a national tournament,
Yeah.
everybody usually kind of stay in the same hotel. But because if you can find a better deal, then you know.
They
just
let
go on.
you go on your own then.
Right. See, one of the things about it, you are on your own. For everything that you do, it's
Yeah.
coming out of your pocket.
So, a room, board, meals, whatever, entertainment is out of your own pocket.
Out of your pocket.
So you really got to love this sport to be
You
able
got to love it,
to follow it around like that.
and you got to be in the top 5 to be happy at the end of the day.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, you're happy when you leave because you had fun and the camaraderie that we have
and you
is
meet
a
the
lot of fun.
sure the guys that you see before, sure.
Right.
But I could imagine. Oh my goodness sakes! All the, well, I was just thinking about commotions at the airport. I mean, is that the way everybody travels?
We travels or we drive.
It's a long drive if you have to go to Texas.
Oh, I drive to Texas all the time.
Really?
Texas, Virginia, or sometime Florida. It just depends. Most time I'll drive, most time I will fly. It just depends.
Fly. And you got to take your bowling ball. I mean,
Yes.
they're not going to supply you with it. You would take your own.
Well, if you are a bowler,
An avid bowler.
you have your own equipment.
Okay.
So you already have 2 or 3 balls that you're already going to carry with you. I carry 3 sometime, and then sometime I carry 2.
But do you have a special, like one that you like the best? It handles or is balanced better?
Well, a ball is sort of like a car. You can get a Chevrolet or you can get the Rolls Royce.
Well, okay.
So in other words, it goes from the type of ball,
Yeah.
the kind of ball, what you want your ball to do. And normally, if you want to get a bowling ball, it's best to go to a pro shop and tell the pro guy what you do, what you want your ball to do, and how you want to bowl with it. And then he'll make his recommendations and he'll drill it for you the way that you want to bowl.
I mean, what I'm thinking is, what if you just, what you have you keep
hook?
bowling to like on a curve, or you keep, does the ball straighten out? I don't know this, but I
The
would
ball-
imagine if you would, if you're bowling on a side, and until you have that balance in your hand, does that make the ball move any quicker, or
It's in the bowler as well as in the ball. Most balls that you have now are
because you're the motive? I
Right.
mean, you're the
They-
motor that makes it.
they
go.
have special cores, what they have in the balls. What they make the ball,
Yeah.
it's a special type of core that's inside that ball
Yeah.
that makes it go long and snap and hook, go straight. So you got different balls and it's drilled different ways. So that's what I'm saying. It's just like a car. Whatever you want, you like, you try it, you like it, and that's what you use.
And is this the way that the regular balls are made?
Yeah,
in
we
the
use the
bowling
same.
alley?
We use the same balls that everybody else uses, but we just have ours more customized.
Customized. So, when we go bowling, or, you want to go bowling, you're really playing with a ball that you are unfamiliar with
Right. If you get the ball off the rack,
off the rack. Yeah.
that ball might be too big. It might have a lot of gashes in it because it's been nicked and knacked,
Yeah,
and
for
it
sure.
won't roll good, and it's
And-
not fitting your fingers like
Yeah.
you want it. So if you have your own ball, and I would recommend if anybody's just a fun bowler, and you're gonna bowl 5 or 6 times a year, and you like to go out and have fun, it's best to get your own ball.
Get your own. Are they very expensive? Is this I guess any sport, depending, like you said, you could get a Chevrolet or a Rolls Royce, depending on where you go. Or even golfers, they have their own,
Right.
sticks
Well,
and balls.
we're similar to a golfer. The golfer have the different clubs that they have
Yeah.
to use for different events.
The woods, the irons, the whatever.
Right.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
have what we call our strike ball, and we have what we call our spare ball.
And is that what you take with you when you go?
Yes.
But you said 3, so what are...
Well, I just have two
Oh,
two strike balls that I use. If one's not working, I try the other one.
Okay.
But then the spare ball is mostly like if you're trying to shoot for the 10 pin, or you're trying to just you just want your ball to go straight.
see, I'm not knowledgeable that much in this, and I just thought you just use one bowling ball and just do it and throw the ball down.
I use two sometimes. And then sometimes I don't even take one out of the bag because this one is working.
It just,
So as long as it's working, it depends on the oil on the lanes. The balls are different, they roll different in different type of oil. They have different patterns of oil that they put on the lanes.
Is it the wood that does that throws the ball off?
It's the oil.
Oil? I thought it's varnish or whatever,
No, the wood those are
Oil.
like synthetic
not
floors
clo-
now.
It's not sealed? The wood is not sealed?
Yes, but it's still, you have to put oil on it for the ball to roll, to bowl. So if
Boy,
you go out to
This
just
is a
do-
real education. This is
if you go out to
incredible.
just to do regular bowling, you might just take a ball and just
And
throw it
just
down and don't
yeah.
care where.
Yeah,
But the average bowler, they've already picked out a spot.
they know the
They got a
code.
certain spot that they want their ball to roll
To go
down
to.
in order to
Oh.
go down and be able to get a strike.
Does it gain momentum as it goes down, or is it slow?
It depends on you, on the individual bowler, because you can throw it a powerhouse ball,
Yeah.
and then you can just let it roll off.
And how is it always winds up in the gutter?
Well, that's the individual bowler. Whether you turn it out too much or you turn it in too much, that just depends on the bowler.
This is
It's just like you aiming for something, you're going to put your ball and you're going to
in
aim
the
for that
right
pin.
direction.
Uh,
Are all the bowling alleys, are they all the same length? How long is it? I mean, what's the dimension?
I was about to say, but I'm not going to say because I forgot the exact. But
Because what
but all of them have, they all are USBC regulation.
because what I was thinking is, no matter how hard or how much strength you're going to use to throw that ball, if one alley that you're used to is shorter than the other,
Oh no, they all regulations.
They're all
They all the
regulations.
same. They have to be regulated by the USBC.
okay. And it's not the wood that makes it; it's the oil.
Yeah, it's a lot of the houses still have wooden lanes, and
Yeah.
some of them have synthetic lanes. So it just depends on the bowling alley.
And the bowling balls that you use, is that wood?
No, they use a plastic or
Acrylic.
well, not really acrylic, but they are balls. They are, you can get the different type of titanium, not titanium balls, but it's I should know this off spit out.
That's
my head,
okay,
but,
don't worry about
Anyway, the balls are special.
Yeah.
Any balls you buy, they are special. They are built. They're all the same size
Yeah,
for circumference, but when the weight is different.
the weight.
Right.
Now, like in the baseballs, that's string wound or whatever, and then they put the leather over it. What's in the inside? If you had to slice that bowling ball in half, or take a wedge out of it, what would we see in there?
You will see
Is it
a type of core. It might be a round core.
Yeah.
It might be a semi-square core. But it's just it's a special core they have that they cover up. They put it in the center of the ball. And,
does that give it balance?
well, give it balance, and it also it lets you roll it the way you want to roll it. Say that you want to roll a hook ball. You want it to go real long and then snap at the very end. Each ball is with that core, that special core in the different balls. That's why they have different companies that make different balls.
That's
They have different
incredible.
cores. And even with Storm, they don't have the same core in the same balls because they got different balls, different names of balls. So all of them have different type of a core in it. So when you roll your ball out there, you rolling it. For me, I like to roll the second arrow, and I like for it to go long and then snap on the back end. Everybody have their own style and way they like to do it.
I had no idea that that's how it works. I had no idea that that's. I just thought you disperse it, you let
Well,
it go.
for the person
I
to just
know, I
go to
had
the
no
bowling
idea.
alley once a year.
Yeah,
they
maybe
just-
twice a birthday or
Right, they just get the
vacation.
ball and they just throw it
Yeah,
down
just
there.
throw it.
They're not working on trying to get a strike
hook,
every time or a
no,
hook or something.
no.
Some of them do that, but it depends on the individual.
That's incredible.
It depends on the individual.
And have you ever seen them manufacture a bowling
No.
ball
No more than on TV.
on TV?
I sometimes
Where do yours come from? Are they in state, or you have to purchase them and they come from out of state?
most of mine are in state.
In state. So Illinois got.
Well, I'm sorry, not in state. It's the different companies like Storm,
Yeah.
wherever their manufacturing company is, DVA,
I don't know. It doesn't
Brunswick
say.
ball.
Oh, Brunswick. Yeah, big name. Big
right.
name
So
of ball.
everybody have their own balls.
Yeah.
They have their companies that make their balls with their name on them.
It's a wonder that Brunswick didn't connect with you guys straight away. I would venture to say, I remember this back in the 50s, bowling. They would show bowling all day. I think
Yeah.
it was Saturday mornings, bowling, or Saturday afternoons.
It's still bowling is it's a sports, like I say, it's a year-round sports.
I can hear that clink clink of the pins.
Yeah, it's a year-round. It's a lot of fun. I mean, you got to want to enjoy it. I mean, if you just want to go out because we having a little party today,
Yeah.
or say some friends say, hey, we don't have nothing else to do today,
Let's go bowling, yeah.
You rent your shoes. You don't have your own shoes.
Yeah.
You're trying to find a ball off the rack to use, and until you can find one that fits your fingers, a hand, and it's just
Heavy, the weight, yeah. the
right.
weight.
You might find one that fits your fingers perfect, but it might be too heavy.
Ah.
So.
This is really fascinating. This is not just idle talk. I am fascinated by the way you explain this because
Well, to the average bowler, like I say,
I
if
don't
you're
know.
not, you just once, 3-4 times a year,
Yeah.
maybe. But you know, for the serious bowler, more serious bowler that's
Someone- yeah.
bowling year round, just bowling tournaments, bowling different leagues. The average bowler probably bowl 2 or 3 leagues. Some of them bowl 4 nights a week
wow,
because it's just that much fun.
wow. It just gets in your blood. You love it. You just love it.
Yes.
You know, and I'm looking at the expressions on their faces, on your face, on each one. This is so serious, Johnny.
Oh, you up there?
I-
You are serious.
I cannot believe
You're
what I'm
concentrating on your
seeing.
mark, where you want your ball to go. That's
know,
what you're doing.
I want you to
As
know,
you can see, no, you know, it's no smiles here. They smile when they come back, and if they get a strike,
they
gonna
won.
smile.
Yeah, you better believe it. Like
Yeah.
Angela said, we should go bowling together. I said,
Yeah,
well,
you would
okay.
love
And
it.
we go. Of course, we go
Yeah.
bowling. We go, but we've not as yet. But Angela, you know, I don't know if I could see a serious face like this. This is
Well, we consider more
you're playing
professional.
for money, babe. This is
Yeah,
really
we're
you're
playing for money and title and bragging rights.
bragging rights. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. They
Bragging
want
rights.
to win. This
Everybody
is-
that's out here wants to win. All right. Every time you go to
Absolutely.
a tournament, your first priority is to be the winner.
the winner.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go into this. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go into this wanting to win.
Right. Well, I mean, everybody
we-
go in. Nobody goes to be the loser, but
No,
somebody
but-
have to be the loser.
If you feel that somebody else is going to beat you at this
Mm-hmm.
or is better at it,
But see, the
then
thing
you kind
about
of defeat your own purpose.
when you look at myself and other wheelchair bowlers, or just say wheelchair athletes, not
Yeah.
just say bowling, whatever they're doing. I played softball, I played basketball, I played tennis, I played.
Yeah, Angela too.
I did it all, so I love it all. But the biggest thing I do now is bowl.
Bowl.
I love to bowl, so I can go to a bowling alley any day.
Gee,
Yeah.
that's yeah. You really have to know the mechanics of how this works.
Right.
And you just enlightened me to no end. I didn't know that you could take as many bowling balls as you like, and that each one has a separate purpose.
If you ever notice when you go to a bowling alley, you might see a person taking their bowling ball bag in. It might be a 4-bagger, it might be an 8-bagger, or a 3-bagger. It just depends on how many balls that they normally bowl with.
Wow.
So some of them might go through all of them. It just depends on what's happening with the lanes.
And so, how do you care for the bowling ball? Do you have to wipe it with special oil
Yeah,
or something?
We
or-
have there's special cleaning fluids that we purchase from the bowling alleys.
And does it have to be kept in certain temperature or not? Does it warp or anything?
No. But the balls normally, you don't want to leave it out in the cold like now. You want to take them into a warm place.
Well, you can't leave it like in the trunk of your car.
No, I never leave mine. Some folks might do that, but I don't.
Bring
I
it
like to
in.
take mine in, so I don't want it to be too cold. I don't want to take a chance. I roll it out there, and all of a sudden it's scattered.
Is it possible?
Yes.
Really? How would that?
I guess
Because
because
the
it's
cold?
it's so cold, and the inside materials in it is probably once it hits, and how some folks do it,
Bounce it down. Yeah.
bounce it down, and so once it hit, it's just like a hammer hitting something.
Wow.
It's popping in, and it just kind of spreads.
That's
crack open.
why. Oh, I didn't even think of that. I didn't even
Yeah.
think of that.
Now, like I say, I keep mine in. I don't. If I go bowling today, I'm gonna take my ball in the house tonight. So that's the way I do
And
it.
so you just keep it in the closet, or you keep it in the living room, or where the air temperature is the same in the whole room, or can it be less? I mean, or not?
I just take it in the side.
take it inside.
Right.
I
I
mean, you
wouldn't
don't-
leave it in the
You
garage.
don't wrap it in anything. It's got a carrying case, right?
Right. It's in its own case, and most times
Too
we
bad
have
you
it.
didn't bring it with. We could have shown it on the air. My
No, I
God.
didn't bring that one in.
Yeah.
But
That's-
anyway, for the AWBA, if anyone interested in more, want to know more about the American Wheelchair Bowling Association, you can go on our website, awba.org. And we do have videos on there as well. Give you a
Okay.
better idea of how, you're seeing a picture here, but you'll see the video how the person is really rolling their balls
Rolling it.
down there. And you might think it's going in the gutter, but it
Yeah.
turns and goes and it comes to be a
How
strike.
does that happen? This is incredible. Many times I've seen, on film, on the take cable, where it goes, and you think for sure it's going to just teeter on the edge and go in the gutter. And at the last minute, it turns and it hits the pins. How does that happen?
That's because that's special core.
Special core.
And then you put it out there, right? You didn't put it all the way on the edge. If you put it all the way on the edge, it's going to fall off.
Go right in the gutter.
Right.
Oh my goodness sakes. Well, let's give the information again. The American Wheelchair Bowling Association,
Right.
AWBA.org.
.org.
And they could get all the information. Oh, there it's on the screen. And there they can get all the information they need.
Yes. And
for
if
joining.
you're interested and want to become a member, also you can get that. We have registration forms online that you can sign up.
For membership.
Whether you're in California or whether you're in New York,
Anywhere.
wherever in the United States, we are covering all over.
Okay. And do you have a central meeting place that you would like the group meets, or only on these tournaments?
Mostly on the tournaments. But
Okay.
in the area, in everybody's area, a lot of the guys get together. If they live close by,
To meet.
they meet a certain days
Okay.
that they bowl, they do their practices and stuff like that.
Wow.
It's about 3 or 4 of us, and Angela is one of them. We bowl, different times in different places.
Yeah. She said she goes to the one in Waukegan.
Yeah.
So you come a long distance to come out here. I mean, that's pretty far. Are you in Brookfield? Is that where you're?
Downers Grove.
Downers Grove. Holy cow. In this weather, people, please be careful driving, walking, or doing whatever in this, ice and snow. Downers Grove all the way out here. Wow. To get further north, another half an hour, you could wind up in Wisconsin.
I've been there too.
Oh, but
Yeah.
what a wonderful evening for you to give information out about this. I had no idea. This is so, this is triggered explicitly for winning, because you mentioned about the hook, to when you're rolling.
Every individual that
Has a-
bowls have their own style, whether
their
you are a
style.
beginner or you a professional.
Wow.
Everybody have their own style. You learn to develop your own style, and what works for you, that's what you make it work.
That's really, really incredible. And there's nobody smiling here. Everybody is the determination.
Well,
you can see
Up on the line, there's no smiles.
when they're on the line. That's right.
Yeah, when you up there and you ready to roll your ball,
You're not smiling.
You're not smiling.
Yep.
You
But when they hit the pins,
right. You
then they're gonna
want to stay
smile.
focused, and that's the name of the game.
then
Stay
they're going to
focused.
smile.
Yes.
This is as close to the heart as you can get with even guys that like baseball or football or basketball. This is such determination. Look at this. Look at this. Tell me, did you win in that one, in that game? You must have won something. Where was that out of? Do you remember where that was?
I think that was
2013, it says, or 2003?
Virginia. That was in Virginia.
Virginia.
Yeah. I came in second place.
Well, that's okay. That's
Yeah.
nothing to sneeze at. That's a good thing. Because the determination on everyone's face,
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
it's,
But just remember, it's not about our disability. It's about our ability.
Your
And
ability.
you got to want to do something.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to do it, then you just like, you're wasting your time.
But how do you know unless you try?
You have to try.
You have to
I
try
mean,
it.
a lot of folks think just because you're in a wheelchair, you can't do a lot of things, but you can do whatever you want to do. As far as the veterans, we have what we call a winter sports clinic. We go skiing up in Ashburn.
Wow.
And I have a ball up there. That's fun. That's a lot of fun. That was one of the things I wanted to do. I had did a lot of other things as
Yeah.
far as sports-wise, but I had never been skiing. So I finally had a chance to go skiing, and I did go back again.
Wow.
So that's a lot of fun. So it's all about our ability, not our disability. So anyone that's interested in it, that if you feel just because you have a disability, that's not stopping you. You can go ahead on and do. As far as your mind works, you still go and get your degrees and all that. It's just up to you.
And the camaraderie, it's wonderful. I mean, you get to meet other guys, other girls, and talk sports with them. And if you think that you're lonesome, look at this group. These guys do not look like they're lonesome. They are determined to win. And somebody who maybe they want to try it, but does this mean they have to buy all this equipment if they're just trying it?
No, they can just go to the bowling alley and just pick up a ball
Pick
and
up a ball.
try to bowl with it, And for the person that don't have the upper mobility, or the strength in the arm, they have ramps. You can use a ramp.
The ramp.
But most time, if you have the upper ability that you can hold the ball and you can roll and you can throw it, then it's best to try with your arms.
With your own.
But if you want to just bowl, because like I say, we have guys in a motorized wheelchair, and they bowl good. Just because, you're in a motorized chair, not saying that you can't bowl.
Yeah. Well, this is a wonderful sport that I think needs to be, more looked at more for everyone actually. So it's not just because you're in a wheelchair, but this is a very good sport that gets one thinking as well as movement, arm, leg, foot, and you have to kind of see where those pins are and how you're going to hit them.
Right.
This is a very good sport. Did you do this when you were younger?
No.
See?
I
Look
never
at
bowled
that.
before.
Look at that. Look at that.
When I was younger, I never did bowl. But afterwards, after I went in the military and I came back, I tried everything. You name it, I tried it. I did 3 Chicago marathons where my best time, I was 2.5 hours flat. 26.2 miles or 4 miles, something like that.
Wow.
So, you got to want to do something. If you're sitting at home and you feel that you can't do something, you need to get up and try it. Don't let your disability keep you from doing some of the things that you want to do. Let your ability step out and let you move forward.
It's got to be a determination.
You have to have a determination.
Yeah, that you're just not going to be by the side. You're going to do something. You're going to be creative. That's being very creative, and to meet and socialize. All the stuff with the computer is wonderful and terrific, but you got to have real contact with a human being.
Right.
I mean, Johnny, people have to communicate. They have to talk. When those message machines came on, leave a message, I'll call you back or whatever. Everybody thought that was wonderful, in the businesses and offices because it was taking people away from their jobs. The secretaries had to do typing and whatever else. But everybody's being evolved. They evolve and get better and better. But, I think the human touch and the, contact is really what it's all about. And you get to meet all these other people. And you can talk shop anytime, but the idea is to win in the game. And the winner is the winner. I
Yes.
mean, that's who
Well,
you want to be.
You know, one of the things, this is one of my favorite things, but dealing with the veterans,
Yeah,
that honor flight,
this is terrific. Okay.
I hate we didn't get a chance to bring the
Yeah.
other flag
Oh,
banner
my-
down.
Oh my goodness sakes. Well, this book that Johnny has here, this is just terrific. And he's met such wonderful people in here from the honor flight. Oh my goodness sakes.
The honor flight, I would say to a veteran, please try the honor flight. To me, I'm still very excited from being able to go on honor flight, Lake County honor flight number 14. I was honored to do it, and when I went on this flight, it was just like, it made me feel like I was accepting, being appreciated, and for you for being in your service. For a lot of the guys in Vietnam, we came back home and we was treated like dirt.
Terrible.
That honor flight, to me, it made me feel like, okay, I was really appreciated. They rolled out the red carpet for us, and we had a ball. The honor flight that I went on, we had 13 Korean veterans and 10 Vietnam veterans. And I was one of the lucky Vietnam veterans to go. Right now, because we don't have a lot of Korean veterans, they're looking more for the Vietnam veterans.
Yeah.
And then they'll try to move it on down. But right now, the Vietnam veterans, if you're out there and you're interested and you think you want to be a part of the honor flights, you can go online. And I can only talk about Lake County honor flight
Okay,
because
yes,
that's the
that's
one that
all-
I went on.
Sure.
And I tell you, if I could do it again, I'm ready to go. And matter of fact, when I came back, I told Paula, I said, look, I want to be a volunteer. So whatever I can do to help promote this and to help raise funds, I'm here for you.
How wonderful.
So if you're out there, guys, veterans, don't say it's not for you. But the honor flight is for you. If you was a Vietnam era veteran or a Korea era veteran, this is for you. It's not saying that you had to be in combat.
Yeah.
It said that you are in that era.
Yeah.
So if you're in that era and you want to be a part of it, go. Sign up to be. You'll be on a waiting list, but it's well worth it.
Wow.
Like I say, this,
And look
just
at
the opportunity.
and look at the people that you meet. I mean,
Yeah, the guy in the red cap,
yeah.
that was my guardian. And he was also an officer in the Marine as well.
Marines.
And I mean, he looked out for me. He was the one that put this book together for me.
Wow. Wow.
And
look at
this book is mostly about me and John.
This is wonderful. Just wonderful. This is incredible. This is something you cannot forget.
I wish we had that banner.
Yeah.
But I wasn't able to
There's
get the banner
a
down.
really nice picture of you.
Hello, Paula.
There she is. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that wonderful? Just marvelous. Just marvelous. You guys are not forgotten. I want you to know that.
Well,
You're just not forgotten.
the honor flight will make you feel more appreciated
That's true.
because you have the opportunity. We went to visit all the memorials. I went to the wall. I've been to the wall many times, but I never had information on certain guys' names because I lost all that information. But I was kind of touched when I found 3 guys' names on the wall because I had my book, my yearbook, that I borrowed from a friend that he was able to find his book.
The time is, we already passed our time. We want to thank you all for allowing us in your home or your place of business and allowing Johnny to explain about bowling and wheelchairs, and have a pleasant evening, a very safe week. Please be watchful of the weather. Watch where you walk. Be very cautious of the ice. And see you next week on North Shore Live, Cooper's Corner. Have a very, very wonderful evening. Thank you so much.